Hello, folks, and welcome back to Grim Dawn, Ashes of Malmouth. Well, welcome back to Grim Dawn. I've recently started a character here, Durnan, and I played him for like 2 hours. Then I discovered that the recording wasn't actually recording. It was only getting my audio and was stuck on this menu. I went into the wrong iteration of Grim Dawn for OBS. Instead of going into normal Grim Dawn, I went into like the 64 iteration of it. There's some programs that are, I think it's meant to be like 32 bits or 64 bit or whatever. I don't know. OBS didn't cooperate, so it's the footage I have is worthless. Can I make another character called Dern? Because I like that name. Durnin. I'm not happy with it. Names. I could delete. I know at the end of my, first playthrough, I did do up this character. Just had to have him ready. But I kind of want to start right from the beginning, because you get that cool intro cutscene. So I could delete this guy and call him Garrod. Or delete this guy and call him Durnan. Also, just in case I don't actually get it. Hello, Countess. Um. Oh, nice little touch, so you can't just try and attrition them down. Well, there's my Path of Exile strats being countered. Just in case I don't get it here. Disco hat. It's Pervy's restored hat of prowess. It's just funny to see on him because you just can't see on now. I thought it was differently named. I was thinking of a different piece of kit. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it is working. For whatever reason, the music cuts out when you out tab. Also, that riff there just makes me think like we're gonna hear the Steam intro to like Half-Life. When you're loading up Half-Life 2, you get it cause for the Steam bit. Yeah. Might do the higher difficulty levels at some stage. No idea when though. Also, game guide. Uh, 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 no. No. BRB. Hey folks, the reason why I had to stop it there was because it opened Google Chrome, and I don't want to lose my tabs. I have a ton of tabs, way more than I should really. I'm just getting obsessive. I gotta save this to show mom, and I'm just like saving tons of like cute animal pictures and whatnot, or something funny. I'm just getting obsessive about it. My OCD kicks in. So I have tons of tabs open. Like I must have thousands of tabs saved to show her. Uh, but yeah, and I have videos open in some tabs, so the videos will kick in like right, when I restore them all. So that would end up in the recording, and I can't have that. Custom game. Didn't realize you could do that. Also, don't have this. Durnan. Um. I really can't think of a name. Don't want veteran or hardcore? Other way around, but yeah. Here, you know what? Fuck it. I'll pause this and I'll come back when I can think of a name. Folks, Durnan must die. D-E-L-E-T-E. Come on, I'm going for dramatic button pressing. Durnan must live. Yes. Welcome back. It's the only damn name I could think of.
We paid a heavy price, but the trap worked.
You seem surprised.
It's been a while since we've had a win. How long will it hold?
I've never entrapped a being like this. But the bonds hold, for now.
How do we dispose of it?
I'm just a witch. You're the soldier.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
How do you kill a spirit, though?
If you kill the mortal vessel while it's bound, the spirit may perish within. If it escapes...
It's listening to us.
What are you?
Others of your kind name us ethereal.
Why have you invaded our world?
Your world. We existed first, but were managed by your corrupt gods. Your kind opened the way, and now we return to reclaim what by right should be ours.
I've heard enough of this rubbish. Let's hang it.
Destroy this vessel, and I will find another. I have tasted its desires and emotions. Your kind is weak. You have already lost this war.
Do it.
Captain!
Cut him down!
What? Are you mad? Better safe than sorry.
The spirit has fled!
This is a human now.
The captain is correct. When they awaken, they won't remember a thing.
The ethereal was right. The war is lost. We're a resistance now, and we need every human survivor we can call to our cause. Maybe this one here can still die with some honor. If they ever wake up, send them to me. If they don't, bury him deep with the others.
Like, seriously, Bourbon is pretty badass there. Like seriously. And the outfit, it gives him, like, I said this in the other recording, not that you'll see that, but, you know, it kind of makes me think, like, American Civil War kind of era uniform. And seriously, there's one thing I hate with like, this game and Path of Exile. Like, they set up characters, and you end up thinking that, like, they set up that cutscene there, and they, like, really make Bourbon seem really cool. And in Path of Exile, they talk about the characters, we're going to be moving people up into the forests, deeper into Raycost. The characters never leave their hub. They're, like, stuck there. It's not like Diablo 3, where Leah and Watson, and whoever else travel with you from place to place and all that. Everyone is hub bound. Though, in their defense, here in Grim Dawn, while everyone's hub bound, if you do some rep grinding, you do get further quests even after you've moved on from that hub. So, there is benefits the storyline just doesn't end there. There's still more you can see, more that I haven't seen yet, because I didn't do enough rep grinding. So, yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you. $3,000 iron bits and 6 scrap.
Still drawing breath, I see. You're one lucky bastard, I'll give you that. Best go speak to Captain Bourbon right away. He seems to have a plan for you now that we've spared your life.
What happened? How did I get here?
You were possessed. So we strung you up. Seems the spirit fled your body before your life ran out. I'd have left you to hang, but the captain had other plans. He sees some purpose in you, and I'm not going to argue.
Where can I find this captain, then?
He's, up the road, in the courtyard. Don't make me regret cutting you down.
I'll be on my way, then. He says that as if he actually cut us down.
So you're the one we almost hung. I didn't really see a sense in it, but then again, no one really cares what old Barnabas thinks. You really should go speak with the captain. He'll be the one deciding whether there's a place for you here at Devil's Crossing.
Take care. And then there's this little broken bridge here that, unlike other broken bridges, you can't repair. Wonder if that'll be a site of a future expansion. Oh look, it's the possessed one. Tell you what, I've got something I need to do and I'll pay good to see it done. I'm not quite sure you've got what it takes, but come back with some blood on your boots and maybe I'll reconsider. Just try to make sure it's not your own blood. Alright then.
Let's see what's left of my wares.
So, this guy sells stuff, but I'm broke. Well met, friend. Have I seen you before? Perhaps we've met on the road somewhere. Corey's my name. I'm a traveler, a trader, a keeper to strange. There was a time when, well, no matter. I've traveled far, always in the shadows. And that gives you a thing to get rid of transmogs. Sorry, but I can't let you enter. You'll need to be cleared by the captain before I let you through. Oh yes, you have to go this way.
Ah, you must be the Taken. I heard about that mess at the gallows, grisly business. I don't care for it. I'm quite eager to learn more about you, but you really should speak to the captain before wandering too much around the camp.
Alright. Let me help these out. For who? Honestly, I swore I heard for Avalon. What are you, King Arthur? Like seriously, Bourbon looks awesome. You can also rotate the camera, but you can't pan in, I don't think. Oh, you can actually. Like seriously, Bourbon looks awesome. And yeah, it is very American Civil War-y. Especially the gun adds to the effect, and those shoulders, and you know the trim down the side there, the buttons, or maybe it's just trim. I don't know. It looks really cool. Like seriously, you kind of expect him to be, you know, a more of an ongoing character. You know, like they kind of build him up there. He looks really cool in that intro. I love the animation style there. Like not the animation style, the art style. I love that, and they build him up to being really cool. But like I said, they're very much hub bound. They don't really travel, unlike the other two we meet later on. And honestly, one of those is, you know, the guy we meet in this. I've already done a playthrough on that. I'm kind of presuming you've seen that. You know, the guy you meet here in the swamp who turns out to be the assassin dude. Him. Yeah, it's the... oh yeah. Him and the other guy are very much not hub bound and they travel around. But if you remember the finale with what happens with him, yeah, other stuff mentioned in the story implies that, like, he is some, you know, he's not entirely what he seems. Really, what happened at during finale wasn't relevant to that point. But I'm just thinking, like, you know how I would like to do, like, there's the Inquisitor, and the assassin guy just pops into his bedroom. The Inquisitor had defenses up, and he triggered none of them. I remember thinking at the time, I'm not sure if I ever vocalized it, but that was a hint, you know, a nudge for us that the guy was more than he appeared. Like, who knows, he could be an Interior on our side. Not everyone of a race is inherently on the same side, you know? So maybe maybe he is, maybe that's the case for him. Who knows? So, yeah, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. You know, I figured they have a few more expansions in this. Also, I don't have the most recent expansion, the Forgotten Gods thing. I don't have that, sadly. I was holding off till I got it, but I really wanted to play this for a while, and you know, it's the only thing I can think of playing right now. So, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna play a bit of it. Let me just alt tab and check. Yeah, all's good, all's good. I'm just really scared now. But anyway, yeah, I don't have it yet, so I can't choose the new class that they put in that. What I'm thinking of making is a necromancer occultist. I was going to make a necromancer Nightblade, but Nightblade is very much angled towards two-handed weapons, while necromancer is Nightblade is one-handed weapons, a weapon in both hands. Necromancer's angled very much towards having a two-handed weapon. So I'm thinking Occultist and Necromancer would synergize well. They both want the same stats. They both, you know, I don't think Occultist cares what type of weapon you have. It has stuff that will just boost your melee damage, and then that'll work fine with Necromancer, which, while it does care what you have, you can just focus on that. You focus on two-handed weapons. And it would mean that I would actually have a fair few minions. Necromancer get a lot of minions. They, by default, can have 3 skeletons, but you can easily boost that. And pretty early on. I end up having 4 before I deleted that character. Then you can get a 5th minion in the form of another guy. You can boost the amount you have of them, but the issue is they become temporary then. They rampage around, then keel over. Or, well, explode.
You're not looking too bad for someone just come back from the brink of death. You were taken, possessed by the same creatures that have been reanimating these zombies here.
Wait, did Liam Neeson come to get me?
Safe, but
Shit.
we've
I
lost
owe him
too
10
many
bucks.
people to the dead. I need someone expendable. Someone with nothing to lose but a lot to gain. Right now, you're that person. Prove your worth to me, and the survivors of Devil's Crossing may just welcome you.
It's pretty cold of him to just outright say that, but it's, at the same time, it's, you know, the honesty is refreshing. And to be honest, from where he's standing, we are pretty expendable. We are someone we just took, we are someone he just took a chance on. We just, like, by all, like he said, normally he would have just burned us to be safe, but they need an extra pair of hands, so, you know, if I go off and get myself killed, oh well. If I go and get the job done, fantastic. You know? No skin off his back. Could have just killed my character, normally anyway. So, Honesty is refreshing. I'm actually kind of tired now, much like the very first time I played Grim Dawn, though hopefully I don't start dozing in the middle of this. I actually, when you're out here, you end up saving a guy. Well, you can save him then, or save him later on, or never save him at all. But yeah, I save a guy, then I go off, kill the necromancer, and come back here. I actually completely blanked on like the trip between the guy and killing the necromancer. Like I just like woke up and it's like, what the fuck? I've got the quest done? How did I do that? Later on, I remembered the some of the journey, but at the time I had no recollection. That's just how damn dozing I was. But yeah, I'm just thinking right now, like, did I make sense with what I was saying there? You know, just, you know, commenting on the expendable thing. Did I actually make sense in what I even said? I think so. Basically, like, by all rights, our character should be dead, so if we end up going and getting ourselves skills, it's not hurting him any. But if we get the job done, fantastic. I suppose the only way it could work out poorly for him is if we start trying to kill them ourselves, or whatever, you know? Ends up making a new enemy for himself. What is it you want me to do?
The bodies of the dead are rising again in some horrible...
And it's not really an option, so...
Corpses don't just get up and move around on their own. Something is reanimating our deceased with ethereal energy. We have observed the dead for some time, and they appear to be flooding Lower Crossing from the burial hill, just beyond town. I want you to go to the burial hill, find whatever is controlling these abominations, and destroy it.
Where can I find Burial Hill?
You will need to fight your way through Lower Crossing. Once you've crossed the stream on the far side of town, there will be a beaten path leading up to Burial Hill. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I'd be asking a lot of my people to welcome you with open arms too. Help us in our hour of need, and I will open Devil's Crossing to you.
I like the name John Bourbon. That's a good name.
What is it now?
Very well, but make it quick. The longer you linger, the more dead gather at Lower Crossing. What is the situation here? The Ethereal really scrambled your memories, huh? The world has turned into a nightmare, and there are things far worse than walking corpses out there. This old prison now serves as the last human refuge in these parts. We get the occasional drifter passing through here, with tales of other sanctuaries, but nothing I've been able to confirm. I don't think there's much left of our kind beyond these walls, but ruthless bandits, strange cults, and greedy salvagers, eager to make a profit, even in these desperate times. Want my advice? Make yourself useful here. Your other option is to die out there. I'd like to ask you something else. What are the Ethereals? That's a tough question. Nobody really knows for sure. Most of what I know is from old reports circulated by the Resistance, shortly after the Grim Dawn. John Bourbon with his time machine, going off to Grim Dawn 2. It is said that the Ethereals are not of this world. The Arcanists or Arcanists? Arcanists, let's go with that. The Arcanists named them after the Aether they so cherish for their sorcery. The Ethereals possess living creatures and corrupt the flesh into whatever horrific shape they deem necessary. I suppose it can count your blessings. You are not possessed long enough to experience this, as far as I can tell. I'm off to Burial Hill. As you find out later, our character actually has been rather permanently warped, but it's all on the inside. That one witch tells us. Constitution is converted into health when out of combat, allowing you to regenerate quickly between fights while your constitution lasts. Also turned on the crit multipliers to see that, because I'm curious. Oh, a bug here. Nice. As members of the esteemed Illuminati Order, Inquisitors were responsible for protecting the Urlan Empire from the dangers of the arcane and the occult. Over the centuries, the Inquisitors gathered countless relics of unimaginable power, but duty sometimes overcomes safety, and some of these relics were studied and in turn replicated for use by the Inquisition. While they excel with ranged weapons, the Inquisitors are armed with an arsenal of relics and arcane runes that allow them to be more than capable in close quarters combat. Though most modern necromancers hail from the Order of Death's Vigil and the training of the mysterious Urborg, not all choose this secluded life. While their profession naturally inspires fear and revulsion, the necromancers of Cairn seek balance through research and mastery over the ultimate fate that awaits all mortals: death. Necromancers make heavy use of conjuring forth skeleton minions and sapping the very vitality from their unwary foes, though entering the fray themselves with martial weapons is not unheard of. So yeah, I'm going to probably be going with Occultist and Necromancer. Necromancer first. Like, the reason Occultist is because they get Witchfire, which is a pretty potent buff. I think that's a pretty good buff. You can also get that Sigil, which is nice. Curse of Frailty, I think, is meant to be good. I was talking with a guildie and he was saying that Curse of Frailty and from, my Witchblade, he was saying Curse of Frailty would have been actually a good idea. But yeah, mainly it was so I could actually have on here to increase the amount you can have. But yeah, and anyway, this way I would actually have access to 2 more minions. So I could have, 4 or 5 skeletons, a rotting beast of some sort, a hellhound, and a occult raven, familiar, a mythical storm raven. It can even heal. It's fantastic. But though down there it's called Great Raven. Odd. But, yeah. So I would have 2 extra minions and some other stuff. I would also be able to get this, which is nice. It would gives me some health. Yeah, it gives me health. It increases my health regen. Gives me more offensive ability. I guess I do extra acid damage when I hit enemies, and when they hit me, they take a bit of acid damage. And if they hit my minions, they take some as well. And they get the benefits as well. Well, that's what I presume when they say nearby allies. My minions are allies. Yeah, that looks very good. But yeah, just curious on the distance. But yeah, I'm thinking I could do that. Because it has the Witchfire and the other thing, and that could work well together. So, yeah. But I'll start off with Necromancer. So, 1 point here, and with this, by infusing your weapons with deadly necrotic energies, Necromancers can inflict physical wounds that cut deeper than just the flesh. Actually, let's have a quick look at Inquisitor. Had a bit of a look before, but I didn't actually look through the tree. I just saw a bit online. Though armed with an array of powerful artifacts and relics, all Inquisitors must be prepared to face an opponent while relying solely on their wits and firearm. Expertly wielding ranged weapons allows trained Inquisitors to take out their prey from a safe distance. So, increases piercing damage, elemental damage, and attack speed. Bursting round. This is a ranged weapon bonus. Also enables the ability to dual wield ranged weapons. Cool. A carefully calibrated round that explodes upon contact with the target to consume them and nearby enemies in flames. This is a ranged technique that activates off of default weapon attacks. Cool. Word of Renewal. With the power to destroy their foes or revitalize allies with a single phrase, words of power quickly become a staple of the Inquisitor arsenal. The Word of Renewal established Inquisitors as priceless assets during wartime, due to its ability to invigorate the Inquisitor and their allies, and seal them against occult foes. Word of Arms. By extending their will through massive two-handed weapons, Inquisitors can inscribe additional runes into their equipment, and thus enact the Word of Renewal with greater frequency. Cool. So that would actually work with Necromancers, and their desire for a two-handed weapon. But these are very much angled towards ranged. Like, here's yet another ranged thing, and there's yet another ranged thing. Open the ruined stormbox of Algoloth, surrounding the target foe with a psychic energy that electrifies the very air around them, shocking the target and all unfortunate enough to stand too close. Though the Luminari were known to police the activities of the Gildam Arcanum, sanctioned collaboration was not heard of between the two orders. With carefully calculated adjustments to the stormbox, the field becomes infused with arcane energies that swell with the Aether. The tether remains electrified. Just stopping for a sec. I literally just stopped for a sec, just to check the recording. Well, to mark it so I could check later on. The rune of Hagarad was one of the first objects obtained within the vault, contained within the vault of the Luminari. But after mounting pressure from the Imperial Court to exterminate occult activities within the capital, it also became the first artifact to be sanctioned for study and replicated by the Luminari in order to cut off escape routes for fleeing targets. Runes of Hagarad take 1.5 seconds to arm and scalable player bonuses. Icicles initially deal 30% reduced damage before reaching their full strength as they expand outwards. Channel spell, lightning tether, runes. Twisting Seal, Aura of Censure. An Inquisitor's mere presence is enough to inspire dread within the foes of mankind. With arcane runes emblazoned upon their armor, Inquisitors march into the thick of battle with fire in their hearts. Aura of Conviction. Horn of Gandar. The study of Horn Gandar was forbidden for centuries due to its mind-shattering properties, but desperation called it into use when High Inquisitor Senanar utilized the horn to great effect while single-handedly taking on an occult coven. The cultists turned upon one another in confusion, allowing Senanar to finish off the stragglers with ease. This earned the Inquisitor a commendation. The horn was later replicated by Luminari scholars for field use, though with reduced potency. Probably for the best. Storm spread. But yeah, if I was going for a ranged thing, like with the Demolitionist, then yeah. But no. I'm going for Necromancer. One thing of it, should I go for 2 or with this? By infusing their weapons with deadly necrotic energies, Necromancers can inflict physical wounds that cut deeper than just the flesh. It works off of all melee as all default weapon attacks, but this favors melee. Sorry, yeah. You can use this, benefit from this with a gun, it seems, but this, you can also benefit from the gun with this one, but it favors melee weapons for the cleave effect. This is what stipulates two-handed melee weapon. Bone Force. Bone Harvest. Through a force of necrotic energies, Necromancer can force the bones of the long forgotten to burst forth from the earth like jagged spines and impale on wary foes. Necromancers trained in melee combat are not uncommon, but those who brandish heavy, two-handed weapons to cut swaths of death across battlefields rightfully earn themselves the title of bone harvesters. There have been rumors of the Black Legion having employed such individuals into their ranks rather than having them executed for defying imperial decree. And yeah, I'm recording. All's good. All's good. All's good. Okay, is the mic? Yeah, the mic is off. Yeah, it was louder. It was quieter than it should have been. I also need to just check. Yeah, it hasn't been lowered. Good. Sometimes it's actually lowered in the settings. Yeah. But yeah, anyway. Should I go from this? Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna put a point in to these three for the next while. Jennick Icker? Icker? I don't even know her! Ray Skeletons? Skeletons are excited as hell to get into a fight. Like, seriously. They just, like, lunge across the screen to go bog someone in the face. Like, seriously. I'm kind of annoyed having to read all this again, but sure. I'm trapped here. I realize now. I will die in this house. Margaret, I fear that you are already dead, so it may not be so bad if I am shortly to join you. If by some miracle you yet live and return here to find this note, please know that I am not angry with you. I have never regretted our life together, but now only regret that I lost my temper and spoke unkind words when we last parted. I hope you will not think me a coward for what I'm about to do. They're already in the house. I've barricaded myself in this room, but it's only a matter of time before they break through. All I can do now is choose the matter in which I face death. Rather die a man than be changed into one of those horrid things or eaten alive. I will love you always, Francis. Goddamn ragdoll. Feels like I'm playing Dark Messiah Might and Magic again. Oof. Ooh, nice. Can I go so... No. I was wondering if I could go, you know, swashbuckler. But no. So yeah, we'll explore around here. It's a little frustrating because I did it just last night. But, you know, well, I deleted that character. Because literally all you had was the sound. You had the cutscenes around. Yesterday went so poorly for recording. I forgot to record Warframe, so I played a bit with no recording going. I tried to record a custom campaign for StarCraft. It's... it had custom music in it, so I have to go edit it all out. Nice, scrap. Gonna need a lot of that. If you actually want to progress, you have to have like 6 scrap. Well, 12 scrap. 1 for a quest and 1 for... to fix that bridge. But, well, I suppose won't be progressing that way for a while. Bon voyage! Sadly, there's no splash as it went into the water. 0 to 10, do not buy. Ah yes, I too leave my big leather coat in an urn. Or a jug, I apologize. Padded breeches, scrap metal and blunderbuss. Okay. This, and this. They die every time you level up, but that's fine. Ooh, crossbow guy. Harbor Master's log. Autumn fogs are appearing early this year, but traffic remains unusually high. There's a steady flow of small craft coming down from Malmount and other townships to the northeast. Some of these boats are barely afloat, burdened with what looks like people's every possession. These travelers, sometimes entire families, bring with them strange tales of wars and the unnatural. Bunch of hogwash riling up the soft townsfolk. Can't complain though, keeps the dock busy. Most are westbound, trying to get as far away as they can. The lads at the docks are starting to lose their nerve. Some have talked about sending out west themselves, but have assured them this is all nonsense and will pass. Youth are easily caught up in the energy of the moment. Well, let's hope he got caught up in the energy of the moment too. Why do I figure he probably didn't? Okay, I'll hold on to those points for now, and I'll spend them when I actually get, get a bit of gear I need, those stats for. Charged Hevel's Greatsword. Can I wield this? Yes, only need 33 physique. Ooh. Level 24? Thank you, Rock. That beastie will probably just one-shot me. Okay. Did not even know this was a place. It's not on the map. Okay, I'll have to come back there. There's so much bits to this game I never explored because it required grinding. Need to go get some like dynamite and whatnot. Ullman's axe. Fair to assume he's Ullman. amount of effort the zombies are going to hide in the ground, like goddamn. Like they're tunneling down through the cobblestones, and then like properly like re-hiding themselves, just to fuck with me. You got to appreciate the effort. Okay, there's no way that meal's untouched anymore. I just vaulted a corpse over it, onto it. A little puzzling as to why these bits are still here, but whatever. Oh, did he tear pages out of his journal? Inquisitor Creed, first entry. I'm currently en route to the village of Burwich in order to investigate a number of strange incidents that have been reported in this area. As dusk is drawing near and the swamps of this region are said to be hazardous to travel at night, I've reluctantly taken up lodging at a small, squalid tavern in Lower Crossing. Perhaps I'm weary from my hard travels, but I feel as if there's a strange pressure and electricity to the air. It's almost akin to the still before thunderous summer gale, but yet the sun shines and not a cloud is to be seen. Everything seems as it should, but in my gut I feel that something terrible will soon come to pass. Oh, you get XP for reading these? I never knew. Or if I did know, I forgot. Also, I'm still recording this before I actually got Witcher 3 done, because I've just been, itching to do this. As I was packing to resume my journey to Burwich, my assistance was urgently requested at the logging camp in the Old Grove. At a logging camp in the Old Grove. West of Devil's Crossing, where strange animal attacks have left 3 lumbermen listless and pale. Upon arriving, I received a somber greeting from the foreman, who informed me that the bitten workers had gone mad and fled the premises. They were reported to have spoken in an unknown tongue. The foreman showed me the remains of the animals. 2 grey foxes and a hound, suffering from some sort of horrific mange, hastily lay in a dug pit behind the outhouse. The foreman told me the animals suddenly died when confronted by the workers, and a strange green vapour emanated from the remains. Shortly afterwards, the trio of lumbermen fell ill, and their mental state rapidly deteriorated. It appears my presence in this region is most warranted. So, judging from what we know now, they were possessed by Ethereals. This was where I thought I was going earlier when I ran into that TNT site. So I'm just trying to find this. When I came to this in the previous recording, it was a marked rock, not an overturned tree stump. There's a rock here. Down this way. Let's take a look here. Oh, didn't even realize I had points. And And crossbow guy again. Whatever way I looked, I thought he was holding a greatsword very strangely. We're all gonna die out here. Come down. Where are you from? I was staying with a group of survivors down in Devil's Crossing. You know, the old prison. The supplies started running low. I volunteered to go scavenging around the lower crossing. Figured it was safe enough, but I was wrong. I got chased in here by a pack of ravenous rift scourges, though I can't hear their maddening skittering anymore. Suppose I've you to thank for that? It doesn't matter though. The area is overrun with the dead. We won't make it 5 feet without getting surrounded. I suppose I could open a rift gate. Our character doesn't really know about the rift stuff yet. Like, they haven't done the side quest explaining it, so it's a bit odd to even have that option yet. I feel almost as if I should find Faldas after I've, done that other quest. Or tell him to run back. But I know that this way works. A what? Isn't that what those things are pouring out of? Well, sort of, but mine will take you home. I'm having a hard time believing that after what I've seen up in Burwich. But you don't seem to have the look of a taken about you. I suppose this is my only option. See you back at Devil's Crossing. Open Rift Gate. Buzzed there a second ago. This is a Facebook message. I'll respond to it when I'm more awake. Wait, what? What killed them? Did the crystal dying kill them, or what? Or like these summoned defenders? That makes sense, I suppose, if just someone's pumping ethereal energy into them. Like the crystal is. Taking out the crystal would deny them that energy. I wasn't fully watching there. I thought when I hit one of them and the barrel broke over there, that's because the body ragdolled into them. But it might have been something else. I choose to believe that's what happened. Huh. Is there anything back here? One of the things they brag about in this game is the fact you can do that. You can turn it around. You don't ever need to. There's no necessity for it, but it's something you can do if you want. I mostly got through the game, my first playthrough of the game, without ever doing it, really. I think I did it once to fiddle, but that was it. The source of the dead is near. Do they ever really use that little notation much? You know, like the little pop-up there. Okay, to be honest, this guy's making me think of someone out of Torchlight right now. Grand Spoils. Harsh Mace. Searing Ember. Leather Pants. Mystic Salvage Footpads of Mending. Roiling Blood. Salvage Plating. Stalwart Hide Gloves of the Eagle. Lose a bit of armor but gain some stats. 3% spirit and 1.5 heal health regen. Okay. Poisoned Crude Mesa Rune. Yeah, I'm gonna just loot, like, wander around here. Actually forgot to wander over here when I was here the first time. Cocoon Remains. Yep, Crystal Dying takes out some of those. Loses the nearest ones.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, I swear he's a different voice than my other one had. Oh, Mothra. Okay. Tarnished Hand Blunderbuss of Blood. Improves bleeding damage by 30%. Magic Ring. Tarnished Helmet of Acuity. Or Hatchet.
I can't carry My inventory is full.
Okay. Somehow him talking there just made me think of a foreign character. Wow.
The dead attacks have slowed and their numbers are thinning. I take that as a sign that you've dealt with the source?
I'm actually rather tired. Let me find out the time. You can nicely just hover over there and you get it. Okay, it's 11 minutes to 2. Okay, give me a sec.